Let's just do time travel. Let's just do time travel.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Let's just do time travel.
Let's just do time travel. Hey,
Let's
thanks
just
for
do
tuning in.
time
Thanks for tuning in.
travel.
Hey, this is episode 4.
To the point.
This could be a
So we get
podcast.
together, should be floating.
Yeah, I love that title.
I'm like the ocean. Shout out to Frankie Ocean. I'm always ghosting. Got to love ocean.
Yeah, that song right there is called Time Travel. It's by my son, Lamar Turner. If you would like your song to be featured on my podcast, drop a comment.
What's wrong with me? What's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's
All right, all right, all right. Let me adjust this mic. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's get to it. So today, what we're talking about the. I kind of like this title, the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s to this word everybody likes to use, manifestation, right? But I'm gonna make it a little more simpler. Let's talk about getting what you want in life, right? Let's talk about um, having imagination and dreaming a life, a feeling that you want to feel 24/7 every day of your life, right? Let's talk about how to bring that vision that you have in your head, bring that forward, right? So that you can enjoy it with your eyes open. You know, one of the quotes that I like to use is I want to live my dreams with my eyes wide open, right? Another thing I like to say when things are really going your way, you know, I like to dance underwater and not get wet. You know, if you doing that right there, life is pretty good. So once again, thanks for tuning in. This is episode 4. My name is Lateral Kinfolk Turner, and hopefully, you know, y'all stick around and you know we'll get to know one another. My goal here is to be that relative that you know you can tap into. You know, you can get a good laugh. You know, you can get some words of wisdom. You know, you can get pointed in the right direction. You know, think of this channel as a safe space, right? If you have any ideas, by all means, you know, please leave me comments. YouTube just actually made an update where if you leave a comment in the box, right, I'll personally do a video reply to you. So once again, if you leave a comment, I'll do a personal reply directly to you. So please make sure you hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, so that way you know whenever I'm dropping new videos. So let's talk about it. How to get what you want. So one of the things, you know, I like to lead with is a Bible verse, right? It's always good to lead with a Bible verse, right? So what I'm going to read is Psalms 145, the 16th chapter, right? 16th chapter. Um, Thou's open thy hand and satisfy the desires of every living thing, right? So what that tells me, if you ask for something, you get it, right? I mean, you're a living thing, right? You're alive, right? So if not if, when you ask and you believe in the promise, right, then it's yours. So the first step is going to be ask. Ask, you know, what is it that you want? Um, One of the things I have written down here is not in this one. I do apologize. I had these notes where I wanted them. Hey man, we're growing together here. You know, as you can see, I got my camera, I got some lights, got a microphone. It's growth, baby. It's all about growth, right? You know, I'm operating this channel. You know, there's a lot of principles in life, and one of the principles that I'm using here is called care, right? If you care about something, right? If you care about it enough, you would do your best job, even if it's a terrible job, right? But you care, right? But you're gonna always do your best. And I can tell you, I take what I do very, very seriously, and I care about the information that I'm giving you all, because all I'm doing is just sharing what I've experienced in my 48 years on this planet. As a human, I've not lived a perfect life, but life has been perfect. If you understand what I'm saying, any day above ground is a good day. So I'm gonna give you a method, right? The method I'm gonna give you is called SPEC. That's SPEC. That's SPEC. SPEC. All right. And the first letter is S, and that's for select, right? You want to select what you want to manifest, right? What is it that you really, 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 really want? What is it that you most desire more than anything in the world, right? Write that down, right? At one point in time, I really wanted a job in Iraq. It was just, I had a business. Things wasn't going good. The contractors was making some pretty good money over there, and I really wanted to tap in on that. So I selected what I wanted. I wanted a contractor job in Iraq, right? In doing that, you want to be optimistic, but you also want to be realistic, right? You can't just jump out there and just say, I want a 500,000 year job. Well, first of all, do you qualify for that? Right? What do you qualify for? Let's start off with what you qualify for. Same thing if you're trying to finance a significant amount of money in the bank account. If you're negative $100 all the single time, right? Let's instead of focus on being a millionaire, let's focus on being a hundredaire, right? Let's set an affirmation for, you know what? I'm abundant. My account is jam crammed, right? And let's let that negative turn into a positive. Let's do that consistently, and then let that build up. So you wanna pick realistic goals, but you do want to shoot. You do want to shoot for the moon, because if you don't hit the moon, you might hit a star. You know what I'm saying? You can pick that up when you get home. So the next letter in SPEC is to project, right? You want to project yourself being, doing, and having whatever it is you see. I saw myself working in Iraq. I believed that it was possible. At that time, in 2004, it was a ton of contractors working overseas. It was a ton of them, right? So for one, I knew it was possible. I knew it was possible to get a job over there. The next thing I had to do is I had to believe that it was possible for me, and I had to see myself doing it, right? And in doing it, I had to think about all the dangers and stuff that was involved, not just so much the money or the opportunity, but I had to think about, okay, what if things go good? What if things go bad, right? So the next letter in the SPEC method is to expect it, right? Not only did I wake up at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, logging on to all these websites, putting all my information and uploading resumes, I expected an email, right? For those that don't know, yes, they were using email back in the day. Email still work, by the way. But I was expecting an email, right? I was expecting it. And the next thing to do is to collect and receive it. So let's put it all together. You want to select it, project it, expect it, and then collect it. That's the fun part, right? You can say, hey, when you say collect, smile when you say collect it. Say it with me. Collect it. Collect it. Okay. So I'm gonna give you an example of this working in real time. And like I said, as the channel grow, you're gonna get tons and tons and tons of examples of just believing in the power of God, believing in the power of you and knowing that the two connected are undefeated, baby. They undefeated. I'm trying to tell you. So here go one of the examples that I'll share with you. So in '04, late '04, I was getting ready to get out of my business. I ran a construction company. So I started applying online. One of my friends that came in, and he was telling me about the money that they was making over there. And I was like, whoa, that's a lot of money. And he was like, yeah, you should apply. And at that time, I was like, yeah, I needed to apply. So I went down to the workforce. I grabbed it was a piece of paper, and it had front and back, like all these different contractors that was overseas, right? So I went home. I really thought about it. I wrote down that I really wanted to go overseas, right? That's very important, guys. You have to write it down. You really have to write it down. It's cool to think about it, keep it in your heart. All that is wonderful. But I'm telling you, you are missing a very critical step if you do not write it down. And as the channel grow, when I say stuff like that, it's going to be captions shooting across the screen, words flashing. Oh, man, it's going to be on. Man, I'll tell you, once I learn the graphics and get this editing down, it's going to be game over. But until then, man, I'm just going to give it to you uncut and on raw, man. Just how we just want to do it, man. We're going to grow together, baby. So I started waking up like at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning because of the time difference. So I'm filling out all these applications and stuff. And this one particular night, I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? So fill out the application, and it was a phone number. So I dialed the number, right? A guy picks up the phone. I'm like, oh, wow, it's 3:30 in the morning. This guy picks up the phone. So I'm talking to the guy, and he was like, hey, what are you looking for? I'm like, I'm looking for, a contractor job overseas. And he was like, well, we have one. I was like, oh, for real? They're like, yeah. So what's your background? I told him my background is just so happened, right? See, this is what happened. When you know what you want, the people, the place, the situation, it'll be so perfect for you. It'll just line up right. The same background that I had was the same background that available. It just so happened that the guy got over there, and I guess he got spooked, freaked out or whatever, and he got back on the plane. Right. So there was an immediate opening. I had already had my passport. I had already, prepared myself to go with the first person that called. So when he told me that it was available, I was like, oh man, yeah, I'll take it. Right. I'll take it. Right. So he sent me the information. Next day mail. I filled it out. 2 days later, I was in El Paso. 4 days after that, I was in Iraq. I'm telling you. You got to select it, project it, expect it. Here goes that smile, baby. And you got to collect it, right? So I'm going to leave y'all with this song. It's by my son. It's called High Demand. And I'm telling you, man, you are in high demand. The you that you want to be, the life that you deserve to live, it is in high demand. You deserve it. Let's go get it, baby. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Episode 4. This could be a podcast.
Yeah. Starting at 16, I began making beats. Felt like a millionaire by the end of the week.
It's all about the thoughts, baby.
You become a big deal. Have people checking me out. Now I am all out. I'm in high demand. Then the brewing the loud. I'm in shorter supply.
With the boom and the pow.
If you come through, I can make your dreams come true in high demand.
But I can survive for you.
And I'm trying to get rich. I only get up for gold.
If you would like your song featured on my podcast, leave a comment below. Let's work.
I have way too many events to prepare for. If I give her one, she's gonna ask for 4. That's 5. You do the math, my fingers again so. And we'll both get sour. Need a bath or a shower. Jay-Z said never change when you hand it out more. So I play life like a psychedelic RPG. I level up and throw it all into INT.
I'm telling y'all, when I get these graphics down, hey, but man, I really appreciate everybody tuning in. That's how we're gonna do it.
And I'm throwing my block. I'm a pretty good shot. Fire and ice. It feels so nice. Need a tank in the party to protect my life.
All right, all right, all right. Hey, once again, there's some new features here on YouTube. If you leave a comment below, I will respond directly to you with whatever question or just to tell you, hey, thanks for the comment. Once again, episode 4, it's a wrap. This could be a podcast.